Hello there, fashion designers. You're most welcome to another sewing tutorial with Diamond Clothiers. If this is the first time you're coming across this channel, you're most welcome, and I'll implore you to kindly click on the subscription button and put on your notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post new content. So, on today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this top with this organdy fabric. So, I have 1.5 yard of organdy fabric right here, and I have my silk fabric of half yard as well. So to cut this out, I'll be folding this fabric into four. Just go ahead and fold it into four. I'm sorry my chalkings were not really showing, but kindly manage it like that. I'm sure you are going to understand. So at the top of this folded fabric, I'm going to draw out a straight line, which is going to be my shoulder line. And the first measurement that I'm going to take is the neckline. From the center fold, I'll take a neck width of 3 inches, and I'll be using 1 inch for the back depth. I'm going to chalk that, then I'll connect it into a round neckline. Still on the shoulder line, I'll be taking half of my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 15 inches, and half is 7.5 inches. I'm going to mark that, and I'll take my shoulder slope of 1 inch as well. But before I take my shoulder slope, I'm going to extend my sleeve by 6.5 inches, okay, which is all that I have on that fabric. 6.5 inches sleeve extension. Then I'll take my shoulder slope of 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect that shoulder slope into the width of the neckline. From the shoulder line, I'll come down by 11 inches, which is my shoulder to bust measurement, and I'm going to roll that into a straight line. You take your shoulder to bust measurement as well. Then I'll be using that opening as the sleeve opening. I'll maintain the 11 inches, but we've taken out 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So what we have right there is 10 inches. So I'm just going to roll it out, and I'll just be trimming out the rough edges that we have by the sides. I will again put my tape on the shoulder line and measure the full length of this top. So I want the full length of this top to be 40 inches. I'm going to measure 40 inches, while I will add extra 2 inches to each, which is going to be the hemming allowance. I'm going to roll that into a straight line. Then I'm going to cut out the excess that we have right there at the down part. Back to the bust line. What I'm going to do on the bust line is that I'll take my round hip measurement. This is a free top, so you have to use the widest part of your measurement of your body. So I'll take my round hip measurements divided by 4. I'm going to mark what I have there. Then I'm going to add extra 3 inches because you want this top to be as free as possible. You remember that this same part is what we are using for the sleeve opening. So what we are going to do is that I'm just going to take a little curve for the armhole. Just look at what I'm doing. Curve it out for your armhole, and whatever measurements you have right there, you just roll it straight down till you get to the down part of this top. And the next thing that you want to do right there is to cut it out. You cut through the neckline, the shoulder, and the excess that we have at the sleeve and the body. So after that is done, you should have it looking this way. So I've removed the back and I've gone ahead to lay out the front. And the next thing that I'll be doing right here is to cut out the neckline. So I'm going to be placing my tape slightly on the neck width, and I'll measure 7.5 inches for the front neckline to form a V neckline. It has a V neckline, so I'll measure 7.5 inches slightly. I'm going to chalk it, and I'll cut it out. You should have it looking this way when you are done. And for the neckline, you can use your desired length, but I feel 7.5 inches is just okay for this style. So the next thing that I'll do right now is to introduce the silk fabric, which I'll be cutting out for the facing of this front. Okay. So for the sleeve, you know that the sleeve also has this band at the sleeve. So the next thing that you're going to do is just to measure it, and then you go ahead and cut out the fabric that you will be using. I'll be doing that now. I'm going to do that after joining both front and the back together. So I'm going to cut out the fabric that I'll be using for the facing, and this is what I have. What I have right here is 14 inches long and it is 10 inches wide on fold, on fold. So when you open it up, you should have 20 inches that way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to put it under the organdy fabric and I'm going to arrange it properly. I'll pin it down. I'll make sure that it is equal in the center and also on the shoulder line. Okay. Please take cognizance of the shoulder slope as well. And then what you have to do right there is to cut out the neckline. After cutting, unpin, and the next thing you are going to do is to place the right side of the facing on the wrong side of the main fabric. I hope you understand that. Place the right side of the facing on the wrong side of the main fabric. And then after doing that, the next thing you are going to do is to take it to your sewing machine and sew on the V neckline that you just cut out. Okay. So after sewing that, you are going to flip it to the right side. I mean, the right side of the facing will now be facing you, and the right side of the fabric will now be facing you. I hope you understand that. Then, what you're going to do is to fold the sides by half of an inch. The other side too, you fold it by half of an inch or your desired inches that you want to use, but I think half is okay and you can decide to use one. And at the down part as well of the facing, you're going to fold by half of an inch and you're going to stitch on it, and you can decide to make use of your hemi gum. But if you are stitching on it, use your iron to create a crease line on it first of all to make it easier. So what I did was to sew on both sides of the facing and to use my hemming gun to tape the down parts. Okay, so this is what mine looks like. And also for the back piece, I've gone ahead to tape the neckline of the back piece as well. So the next thing you want to do right here is to face the right side of both the front and the back, match the shoulders together, and then you take it to your sewing machine to join both shoulders of the top. So after that is done, the next thing that you have to do is to open up this top this way. Open it up, and then by that you'll be able to measure what you have for the sleeve opening. So measure what you have for the sleeve opening and cut out the fabric, the piece of fabric that you'll be using to hem the sleeve. So this is mine. This is what I have, and mine is around 17 inches long, and the width of this band for the sleeve is 5 inches wide, as I'll be using half of an inch to join both sides. So what we are going to have next is going to be 2 inches. So what you are going to do is to flip your dress this way, okay, your top to the wrong side. Then you are going to be placing the right side of your facing for the sleeve on the wrong side of the main fabric itself. Just like I use my hand to trace, you are going to sew on it that way. But I'll be using my pin to hold it first. So after holding it that way, I'm going to flip it to the right side of the top, and I'm going to fold with half of an inch also. Then I'll sew on it all round. I hope you understand what I just did right now. Let me take that again. After pinning it down, you take it to your sewing machine to give it a stitch. You sew on it, then you fold on the black fabric with half of an inch. Then you flip it to the right side of the top itself. Then you sew on it just like I use my hand to trace. Okay. You are going to lay your black fabric on the wrong side of the top. You sew on it, then you fold by half of an inch again, and then you sew on it. I hope you understand. So whatever you do on this sleeve, you go ahead and do it on the other sleeve as well. So after joining the sleeve, what I did was to turn the top to the wrong side, okay, for the joining at the side. So to determine how open you want your slit to be, you can decide to join from your shoulder line to your waistline. You make that place closed, and then the rest from your waist downwards is going to be opened. I hope you understand that. And the next thing that you can also do is to measure 20 to 22 inches right from the down part of the top and just make it the part that is going to be open. So the side that is going to be open actually depends on how open you want it to be. It depends on your preference. So what I would suggest that you take out 2 inches, which you will be using to stitch the side, just like you can see me chalking on my fabric right now. So after taking note of that place, I'll take it to my sewing machine to join the sides, and I'll join both sides. Okay, and after joining the side, I'm also going to hem the down part with the allowance that I left, which is 2 inches. And after that is done, you are going to fix your tassel. So funny enough, I don't know how I lost one tassel. I can't even find it, so I have just two right here. So I'm not going to be fixing that right now. So after doing all of that, we've literally come to the very end of this tutorial. I want to say thank you for watching till the end. So this is what our top looks like. Finally, you can see how beautiful it looks. So let me know how you feel about this tutorial in the comment section. And if you like this video, remember to give me a giant thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly do that right now. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.